There is something terribly wrong with this economy, isn't there? When you look around at the world, what do you see? Although it is very easy to sit in our own personal, private sphere of ignorance, whereby we may be able to think things are going very well for us, have you noticed that if you look a little deeper, if you look beyond yourself, there is something very disturbing taking place in our world? Right now, as you are aware of these words, there is an ever-present, underlying corruption at the heart of our economy. Our world, our earth, our home, our pure moment in time is being polluted, tainted by this invisible force. This force is slowly destroying and consuming the very air we breathe, the very ground we walk upon, the very sustenance that allows us to live. At some point in our collective evolution, we lost sight of something. We have been blinded by an insatiable desire to profit from our own existence. Because of this, we have lost sight of the most fundamental element of what it means to be alive, the very force that makes our heart beat: love. Our entire global economy is linked to an egocentric desire to consume ourselves and seek to profit from our own existence. This model of economy, when looked at very closely, is seen to lead to an unavoidable collapse in complete self-destruction. Profit, by its very nature, must increase exponentially upon itself, always seeking more, always seeking to grow beyond what it currently is. Within the context of profit, the planet we live on is a finite resource, and as can clearly be seen currently by taking a very close look at our world, we are running out of things to consume. This model of economy promotes the very opposite of what we come to experience within the state of love. In love, we seek to do nothing that would hurt the object of our deep affection. We want nothing more than to see the very things we love thrive and exist in a state of happiness and joy. At no point within the experience of real love do we seek to profit from our experience beyond what happens naturally within a complete state of balance and equanimity. While the path of profit always leads to inevitable self-destruction, love, real love, which by its nature is pathless, always leads to a state of perfect harmony. Now, more than ever in our world, in your world, there is a need for a radical revolution of love. We have found ourselves at a point where we have left ourselves no option but to utterly abandon everything that seeks to profit from this pure moment in our mind, and instead uptake the ultimate form of human-centric expression, that of deep, real and profound love for our life, love for each other, love for our world, love for this shared, pure and innocent moment in time. Do not allow your mind to be hijacked by the unreality of division. Do not allow yourselves to turn away from each other, from your deepest self, in order to try to uphold an insane and so obviously destructive system of so-called economy. To do so is to guarantee our complete, holistic destruction. In our world, where real love resides at the heart of our economy, there is absolutely no room for personal profit. To profit from this moment, to try to profit from each other, is to attempt to amass a disproportionate quantity of our collective resources. Clearly, this is impossible within a model of economy that takes the whole collective into account. What do you think is the most clear and obvious direction for our collective evolution to move towards? We must move ourselves, our lives, our thoughts, our feelings, our decisions, our actions towards nothing but the sincerest and deepest expression humanly possible, towards that of complete love for each other and for our world. I must encourage you, who now hears these very words, do not allow this message to go unheeded. Do not allow this idea to fade away into the abyss of unconsciousness. We must take hold of this idea, of this fundamental expression of reality, and cultivate it together. We must hold it within our hearts, feed from it, and forge it into existence. Our true directive we can simplify within the following statement. Together, we must figure out how to forge for our collective global consciousness a new love-based economy. In this time of worldwide unrest and division, we must come together in this moment and return back to our own primal, essential nature, to that of pure, simple, untainted love for this life. We must abandon our love of heartless profit. We must abandon our love of heartless, unending consumption. We must instead come to collectively reside in a wholehearted love for this life. The implications of this are truly monumental. A radical revolution of our consciousness must take place, and within this, we must forge for ourselves a completely different way of life, beyond the self-centered, thought-made reality of profit, beyond the unending consumption of ourselves. Our humanity, our world, must come together within the same vision of unity, within the same message of love, within a true spiritual model of economy. It doesn't matter who you are, what faith you subscribe to, what journey you have walked. If you too look deeply enough into the nature of this life we share, you will arrive at the same awareness, an awareness that resides very deeply in the heart of pure love for this moment. Please, if you too can feel this deeply within yourself, if you too know that what is being presented here right now to your consciousness must become more than just an idea, that it must become a seed, that it must grow and blossom into something truly, divinely magnificent, into something real. And I ask you to share this message with all those that you love. Reach out into the void and take the hand of your brothers and sisters in this life, so that we may help ourselves to forge a new reality here together, undivided, unrestricted, in this pure and powerful and peaceful heart of love. Truly, our collective evolution and integral survival depends on it. To all the world's problems and apparent insufficiencies, I say this: in all capacities, whether personal, social, or environmental, a love-based economy brings every element of our experience into a perfect state of harmony.